Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I have my last page kit that's prepared from my June page kit series. Of course, I went on vacation toward the end of June, so I didn't really get to finish it. This page kit, I'm going to be documenting a bridal shower that we held for this beautiful bride. This is back in 2010. So my mom and I hosted, so I have a lot of pictures, and we did it sort of as a tea. So we had lots of great food and a couple of different tables set up around the house. So here's another of the tables. And the papers that obviously I have a lot of pictures. I may end up doing some sort of a flap on here. I don't know yet. Depends on how I can fit all of these. The paper kit that I pulled is from the May Mercy Tiara Kit. So let me show you the papers. This is from Pebbles Sunny Blooms. The other side is little rabbits and flowers, so more Eastery than for this, but I really like this. This feels like Cartabella. Here Comes Spring. Yeah, Cartabella, and both sides are beautiful on this, but I think these are really sweet for a bridal shower. This is Pebbles Sunny Blooms. I really like this sort of muted teal and a nice stripe on the back. And then there's also this one, also from Sunny Blooms. So I like this with this. I like this combination, and I like this combination, but I think this is a little softer for a bridal shower than this check. So I think that, and I don't love those two together. I mean, they're okay. So I'm gonna hold this one off. I might still use it, but I'm gonna try and focus on these three, and knowing that I still have a fourth pattern here and a fourth pattern here that I could make use of. So I'm just gonna set this one aside. I also have two sheets of white cardstock on which to build, since I'm doing a 2-page layout with this many photos. So I need to think about a layout, try and lay out all my pictures. I have pulled quite a bit of ephemera from the kit, all from the kit. There were these 2 doilies, so I'm definitely going to make use of those. These actually came from the July kit, but look how perfect they match this kit. So I've pulled these out, and I feel like since a lot of people do these wax seals on wedding invitations, it's appropriate for a bridal shower. So I would like to incorporate those. And then I have a whole bunch of different ephemera that I may or may not be able to use all of it, but there's just a lot. Here's some tabs, a little journaling card, and then just a whole bunch of wordy bits, a little vellum heart, some more hearts, a whole bunch of little tags in case I need to. I would probably like to write the names of some of the people that were there that are in the pictures, and it looks like one more little happy. So I have some ephemera that I think I can make work. If I need to, I can go back into the kit and look for more if I decide this isn't enough. And there was some ribbon in this kit as well, so I think the white ribbon is very appropriate, so I'm going to try and incorporate that as well. So let me go off and maybe find a layout that I like, and figure out my photo sizes. I haven't trimmed any of them yet. A lot of them are pretty full. I don't know that I'll be able to trim them too much. but let me see how I can pare this down a little bit and I'll be back. So I went off and trimmed all the photos. I also rounded the corners, and I decided I would use some Kiwi Lane templates and do it sort of on either side. So I'm showing you sort of my thoughts on those templates. Kind of feminine, swirly templates. I think they'll work. I had also thought about, you can see I did a little mixed media stencil work on that white paper, but I still wasn't loving the white paper with the doilies, trying to incorporate the doilies. So I switched to this peachy pink cardstock. And it's not exactly the same color as the polka dot paper, but it's pretty close. And so I'm just going to separate those by putting the floral between them, and that way it won't be so obvious that they're not quite the same color. And so that's then my plan. The doilies pop, and I'm still going to use that stencil toward the end. You can see I did a little experiment on it there, just to add some mixed media so it's not just a plain cardstock. So I'm going to go off and cut all my templates. So here you can see I have them cut, and I matted all the photos in white to help those pop. I used some puffy stickers for the title. I'm going to put Vivian on one side, or Celebrate Vivian on one side, and then Bride to Be on the other side. And here I'm just going for the stencil. I did mark with pencil just underneath each of the borders so that I could see where I could start that stenciling. I'm not going to run it across the entire sheet. I'm going to do it in sort of blotches. I'm trying to line things up. And the color I'm using is Speckled Egg. And it's just the right color to go with that floral paper. All right, I like that. I may come in and do a little bit more. I don't remember. But that's where I just sort of started it as the sort of test run. And I'm trying to get it to where it starts under the paper. And then I decide I want a bit more. Then when I go to just roughly lay out the pictures, trying to decide where I want maybe a little bit more. So I'm trying to make sure that when I lay the pictures, I can have like the blue showing. I'm not hiding all of the pretty layers of those templates. I fussy cut some little birdhouses since I decided not to use the birdhouse paper as a sheet or a strip. And then I took some of that, the back side of the floral paper has this pink and white stripe on it. So I did a thin, just over a 1/2 inch strip on either side of that, just to give that a little more dimension. And I will at the end add the ribbon to it. I just had to go iron the ribbon. In fact, I cheated and used a curling iron. So here I'm wanting some of those stencils to go all the way to the edge of the page. just so it can peek out from behind the photos a little better. Just cleaning up some of my stenciling mess. And then I had cut this Celebrate. In fact, I cut it out of 2 different dies and decided that was the one I liked the best. And I just added a little bit of ink to help it show up a little better. And I'm ready to start adhering things down. One of the doilies I cut in half, just so I could have 3 appearances of it on the page. And that seemed to work well. You hide half the doily anyway, usually. Here I decided it wasn't quite straight, so I'm going to have to play around with it a little bit. And the piece of ephemera that I pulled, I'm going to use as a journaling box. And I am overlapping a couple of these photos, but trying not to obscure anything of importance. The letters I used are, I can't remember the brand. They did not come in the Mercy Tiara Kit. They were in my stash. Actually, I bought them on sale recently, but they're just a great color. They match this perfectly. So I had a lot more pictures of her opening gifts, and I just didn't include them all. Just wanted a picture. There's her and her mom, and then a picture of her holding something. That may be a plate that we got her, I can't remember. And then with her bow bouquet that we made. And here I'm placing those wax seals. I think they look really cute. I'm just putting them in the center. I'm being pretty simple about it and putting them in the center of the doilies. And then I'm just trying to place some of those little birdhouses. I did cut, there were 5 different ones, so I have 5 different birdhouses to spread. And since she's, setting up house, I thought that was kind of appropriate. And I think I cut out 1 or 2 of the little tiny birds and then some little flowers. So now I'm just trying to decide where all the different pieces of ephemera can go. I have some tabs that I'm going to incorporate, some various wordy bits. I also pulled some sticker wordy bits off some Vicky Bouton that I'll incorporate. My intention is to put the names of the people on those tabs, if I can figure it out. It's been a while. So here I'm just picking the best side for these tabs. Some of them are floral, some of them aren't. But they worked pretty well. So just placing some of those stickers that I found. Some of them were on the sticker sheet in the kit, I believe. Or maybe on a different sticker sheet. I can't remember now. This purple one with the hearts I really liked, but I couldn't make it fit. All right, so I'm about to do another cutaway. I'm going to go glue everything down, and then we'll come back for finishing touches. So here, everything's stuck down except one little house that I forgot. And then I decide I need a few more things there, so I start adding some little tiny flowers that I had fussy cut. So I add a few of those around the page. I'm happy I used up all 3 of my wax seals. And then here are some Felicity Jane enamel dots that coordinate really well. So I was pleased with those. And then I also pull out some Echo Park adhesive brads. There's some pearlized ones and some, I think it's from a Play All Day maybe, but it's kind of fallish colors. So you can see that here. So I pull out a few of the brads and then the little half pearls, and they coordinate and go well. So I think each little cluster area gets something. And we're about finished, and we'll do a few close-up views. Journaling about us hosting the shower. This page is finished, and I used some mixed media. Hooray! Celebrate Vivian. Some cute little clusters, and then 2 clusters really on this page, the bride to be. And I used the fun stuff from the Mercy Tiara Kit, including the ribbon and some wax discs, and lots of different pieces of the ephemera. So please give this video a thumbs up and come back. I'm most likely going to make some kind of card from my scraps.